How real is potential? Hello and welcome. And today I will be talking about and I'll be doing another insight, right? All about potential. And I've talked about this prior, but today I'm going to talk about mainly potential from the perspective of, well, um, from the perspective of like the other party, right? So a person can have a lot of potential, and one party can see their potential, right? I'm thinking about coaches, teachers, parents, people in authority who are in charge of or taking care of someone like a younger person who in whom they see a lot of potential. But it is that potential can only be unlocked when that person that the older individuals see their potential, but if that person doesn't see their own potential, you can't do much. Okay? It has to come from them. So now the reason why I'm talking about this, I was watching The Grinch, the new version. I don't know if it's the new one, the newest one, but the one that is on Netflix, the 3D animated one. And just like any good movie, it made my heart, you know, feel stuff, and I was like, oh, poor Grinch, and like listening to the backstory of how the Grinch became the Grinch, and I was like, oh, that hurts. It does hurt because knowing about people socially pushing you aside, I know that, and it's not fun. It's not fun at all. But the way the Grinch was interacting made me think of all those the individuals who've been hurt a couple of times prior, so they put on this harsh facade so that people don't get close to them to not hurt their feelings. But in actuality, they are so sentimental and so tender-hearted that just one person who gets too close could literally ruin everything they've worked so hard to build. So I get where they're coming from, but like, and I I'm thinking to myself, is there a limit? Quite honestly, because as I was saying, Cindy Lou who was trying like who tried to save Christmas by asking the Grinch, who was dressed up as Santa Claus, in case a question, and she had a specific reaction to him and how that affected him, the Grinch, right? So it made me think of how I interact with some people who look so confident but who aren't necessarily. And I wonder if it will have any effect. But all I know is at this moment in time, I'm going to have to put a pin in that and go after my happiness. Because I'm not a martyr, alright? I'm not going to put myself through the emotional distress of feeling bad about myself, right? Because what I know is you can't necessarily help others if your cup is not full. Because you want, what I've heard and what I know to be true is that you want to help people with the overflow of your cup, right? You want to make sure that you have enough for you so that you can give to others. Because, I mean, if your cup runneth empty, you are not going to be at the level that you need to be to help others. So you want to make sure that you help those from your overflow. Right? That's generally the terminology they use in tarot, especially when they talk of cups, aka emotions, aka when you have too much for yourself, you give to others. And so when you do that, you can help others because you have more. But when you don't have enough and you give to others, well, then you just deplete yourself. And by depleting yourself, you are harming yourself. But by giving others your extra, you are helping others and also helping yourself. So it's from the overflow that you give to others. Okay, because you don't want to deplete yourself, but if you want a good way of dealing with the extra, you just share, right? So as much as other people are important, but if you can't feed fulfill your own needs, you won't be able to fulfill anyone else's needs, because you will sort of deplete yourself, and by depleting yourself, you will lose your energy and all of that necessary stuff to live a happy and healthy life, right? So, is there anyone in your life that whose potential you see, but they don't necessarily want to take it up and rise up to their full potential? I mean, it would be nice at that point to just tap them on the shoulder and be like, hey, this is what I see. Maybe that might interest you. And then if they don't take it up, well, then you can't do anything about it. You can just go like, okay, I'm done. Sorry, I'm not going to help you if you don't want to help yourself, right? So that is it for today. Enjoy.